Investigation at grade 11 mathematics. So let's start with question 1. Solve the following inequalities and represent your solution on a number line. So again, I'll only do maybe 2 and then you'll do the rest. So 1.1.1, we have 2x minus 4 and that inequality. So let's solve for x first. Now this 4 jumps, the inequality becomes positive. We divide by 2, so x is greater than 2. Now how do we represent that in a number line? It's easy. So we draw a number line. We have a 2. Now this type of inequality, we represent it using a circle. So Langusa, this arrow where it's pointing is pointing at 2, it's pointing to the right. So even on your number line, it has to go to the right. Like so, like that. So let's go to 1 point. The next question. 1.1.2. We have 2x plus 2 greater than or equal 8. So 2x greater or equal 8, these 2 jumps, and then we have minus 2. 2x greater or equal 6. Divide by 2 both sides. So our x is greater than what? Than 3. How do we represent this in the number line? Let's see. So this is our number line. We'll write 3. Now the arrow is pointing at 3 to the right. So we'll write a circle and an arrow pointing to the right, but this circle is shaded. Why? Because it's an equality, and an equal sign below. So this is our number line. So you'll continue from the last two. The last two, 1.1.3 and 1.1.4, or maybe more enter 1.1.4. 1.1.4. So we have 3x minus 8 less or equal minus 5. 3x there, inequality minus 5 plus 8. 3x greater or equal. So minus 5, what's minus 5? It's minus 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X is less or equal minus 1. Let's represent this on a number line. Our number line, excuse me. So we have minus 1 this side. We have a round and a shaded. So the arrow is pointing that side. Let's go to 1.2. Let's go to 1.2. 1.2, solve the following inequalities. Represent the solution of each on a number line and explain the solution of each equation in words. Let's do 1.2.1. So we have minus 2. Inequality there. 2x and a 4. So let's divide by 2 because we want x to be in the middle alone. So x there. Here we have 2. Here we have minus 1. Let's represent this on a number line. So this is our number line. We have positive 2, negative 1. For 2, we have a round and shaded. The arrow is pointing that side. And then we have minus 1 and a circle which is shaded. The arrow is pointing that side. So there's an intersection there. There's an intersection. Now we don't have to show this one yet. So let's just end like we just write our number line. We need to understand that this type of solution, -1 less than, x greater than -1 less than 2, this type of solution is an intersection. So the two circles always meet. Here we have a circle shaded, yaman, ya 2, ne? Ka -1 akona we have a circle shaded. They always meet. That's all we're looking for now. I explain on how they meet. We just write the number line. In words, okay, in words, so we say x is greater than what? Than -1. Greater and equals to, greater or equal to, and what? And less or equal to. X is greater than -1 and less or equal to. Or you can say but. Or you can use or. Let's go to 1 point. Let me see. Only one. Or metazama 1.2.2 and 1.2.3. Let's go to 1.3. Let's go to 1.3. 1.3 represent the following set of linear inequalities on a number line and shade the area where the two inequalities intersect where applicable. Okay, the first one, let's represent it on a number line. We have x, which is greater than -1, and what? And x, which is less than or equal to. On a number line, we write or we draw our number line. We have 2 here, we have -1. Okay, so 2, notice our arrow line is pointing to the left. So we'll draw it there. Let's put it up and then we shade. It's pointing to the right. What about -1? It's a circle only because there's no equal to. My one inequality and it's pointing where? To the right, this side. So let's shade. There's an intersection there. And then the final number line, we have 2, we have -1. This one is shaded, the other one is not, and they intersect. So the interval, we say x is the element of. Remember, this type of inequality is a round inequality, so -1. And then this type of inequality which has equal to below, there is a square bracket. A square bracket. Okay, then the 1.3.2 and 1.3.4. X is less than -2 and what? And x is greater than 1. Number line, we have 1, we have -2. This one is a circle. You point that to the other side. This one is also a circle. It points to the other side. So these points, they do not intersect. Now, interval, this is how we draw the interval. X is the element of open -2 and 1 and close open. Close circle. Yeah, let's go to 1.3.4. X less or equal -1. and x is greater or equal 4. Okay, number line, we have 4 here, we have -1. Here we have a circle which is shaded. It's pointing to that direction. Here we also have circle which is shaded, pointing to the direction. So they do not meet. There's no intersection there. These are the intervals, square -1 and 4 and a square bracket. Okay, and then 2.1.1. So very indicate whether the solution to the inequalities below are positive, which is to the right, or negative, which is to the left. Okay, so we have x greater than 3. What does it mean? So let's represent this on the number line. Ababulang 2.1.1, they only want us to write positive or negative. So this is how we figure it out. Number line, we write a 3, a circle, the arrows pointing to 3, which is to the right, like that. So it means the numbers that we are looking for are more than 3. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. All these numbers are positive. So 2.1.1, we have positive. And then let's go to 2.1.2. We have 3. 3x minus 3 is less than 0. So we solve 3x, and then this 3 jumps and equality becomes positive. We divide, and then x is 1. Now we're looking for numbers which are less than 1. How do we know? This is a number line. We have 1. We have a circle. The arrows pointing to the left. All the numbers on the left are less than 1. Is 0, -1. So these are negative numbers. So 2.1.2, negative. You just write negative. Now 2.1.3, same thing, Mara. Let's try it. So x plus 6. Okay, x plus 6, close bracket, less 0. So we have 0 and -6. -6 and 0. And that. So we have an intersection. Remember, logo 0 yiri greater. Nublala. It's always an intersection. Always. It means your solution will always be -6 and negative first. Inequality will face that direction, and a 0. Always when 0 is greater from the starting equation. Now, is this positive or negative? From 0 up to a -6, these are negative numbers. So 2.1.3, negative. Now you will try 2.1.4. Okay, for some weird reason, I don't have 2.2 here, but I still remember the question. It was x minus 2, x minus 5 less than 0. So following the example, got 2 point. So this is 2.2, ne? It's not here. I don't know what happened, but this was 2.2.1. Following the example, the first thing that we do is decide that x minus 2 is going to be positive. And also x minus 5 So x minus 2 is positive, x minus 5 is positive. Using the example, if on the bracket is negative, then we decide that is positive on the outside. So x minus 2, we're going to decide that is greater than 0. And also, of course, this one, x minus 5 is greater than 0, according to the example. Now, our number line is going to be, okay, let's draw our number line. We have 5, we have 2. Now, this one pointing to that direction, this one pointing, let me check, following the example, where's the example? Oh, okay. Following the example, the signs have to be the same. So let me correct here. Let me correct there. It faces that direction. Oh, they don't have to be the same, by the way. So we have x minus 5, opposite direction there. Now our number line will be 5 here, 2 there. This one is facing that side, and then 2 is facing that side. So there's an intersection. So the solution at the end of the day is 2, like that, and 5. Why? Because there's an intersection. Okay, let's go to 2.3. 2.3, following the opposite example. So we'll just go to 2.4. Now 2.4 is easy. So let's start with the critical values. Critical values are inside the bracket. So if we have x plus 3, it means the critical values is x is equals to minus 3 and then x is equals to laying 1. The other one was plus 2, so it's minus 2. And then the sign of the product, so we have a negative and a negative, that's a positive. Then the solutions, when 0 is great, it's an intersection, so we write it like this. We start with the smallest number, arrow facing like that, x, and then we have, is it a minus 2? Or it's also minus 2. So let's start with the smallest number, which is minus 2, x, and, oh, the smallest number is minus 3, by the way. So yeah, I was correct. Like that, that's the solution. Okay, one more example. 2.4.2. Critical values x plus 3, so it means we have x is equals to minus 3. And x is equals to minus 8. X is equals to minus 3. And x equals to minus 8. So both are negative, so we have a positive there. And then the solutions, when 0 is less, we'll have a number line like this. Let me show you, but it will make sense on the next question. So if we have, okay, if 0 is less like that, on a number line we write it as it is, then we write our critical values. So we have minus 8 and minus 3. Then let me circle this one. I copy and paste it, x exactly as it is. And then I'll write or x minus 8. Why? Now when there's an or, the arrows have to face different directions. So my values are x less minus 8 or x like that. Okay, let's quickly go to question 3. I think I'll do and then these two. Yeah, these two because it's the opposite. Okay, so let's start with x squared plus 2x minus 3, like that. Now, understanding this will make you understand inequalities as a whole. So let's find the factors. You can use the quadratic if you want to. So we have x, and then the factors of minus 3 is 3 and 1, of course, plus here, minus there. Now, this is our number line. We have, oh, by the way, oh, yeah. Now, when 0 is less, we write it as it is. Now, here we have minus 3 from the smallest to the biggest. Now, let me circle this, and then I copy and paste it. Like that, or. Remember, when 0 is less, there's always an or. Now, obviously, these arrows will not face the same direction. So, my 3 will be like that. These are the solutions. Let's go to the next one. X squared. This is the last one. X squared minus x minus 6 less 0. When 0 is greater, there's always an intersection. Let me show you. Let's find the factors. X, we have 6, or maybe let me write 1. We have 1 positive. We have minus 6. Now, according to the number line, let's write the inequalities as it appears here. Then we have minus 1 and 6. Let me check my factors. X there, x there. So we have, okay, 1 minus 6. 1 minus 6 is minus 5. So our factors has to be 3 and 2. 3 and 2, so we have 2 and we have 3. Positive here, negative here. We write the inequalities as it is. Here we have minus 2. Here we have positive 2. Remember, when 0 is greater, it's an intersection. So our solution will be minus 2. There's no or. And then x and then 3. Just like that.